Nervous?
No.
Gonna kick some butt?
Yeah.
It's just another day for this little guy.
My name is Lotto. I'm 7, and I like playing soccer. I like flying airplanes.
He's got a flight bag in one hand and a very large seat cushion in the other.
I like helping my mom. And the best thing is that I go fly on the sky on the airplane.
That's right, Lauro Banuelos is 7 years old and flying planes.
How did you learn to fly a plane?
Because I have flight class, and then they tell me and they help me, and I learn. Check the wheels.
Yeah.
Like a seasoned pro, Lauro goes through the checklist. And before you know it, this 7-year-old is airborne. And it all begins here, at an airport in Compton and a training program called Tomorrow's Aeronautical Museum, or TAM.
If a kid comes in here and they're 7 years old and they're 6 years old and they have a passion for flying, we're not going to let age, we're not going to let money, we're not going to let anything stand in the way of a kid becoming successful. Okay, everybody push.
Robin Petgrave is the Pied Piper for pint-sized pilots and the founder of TAM.
Welcome to the lead.
Robin came to America from Jamaica when he was 10. He fell in love with helicopters when he was 27 and maxed out his credit cards to take flying lessons. With $300, he started a helicopter business and built it into a multi-million-dollar enterprise. Today, he's a top-notch pilot doing daring moves for film and TV productions. And his passenger clients include plenty of the rich and famous. But it's not the rich and famous that Robin is dedicated to. It's these kids from Compton. They're getting trained on computers programmed to simulate real flying over real cities. It's thousands of dollars of training for low or no cost.
Okay, so now with the dipsy doodle, you gotta hover forward.
Robin says it's all about breaking through barriers.
At an airport, there's a fence. It keeps the haves separated from the have-nots. The program is a huge hole in the fence where a kid can come through these doors and say, tell me about the world of aviation. Tell me about this whole industry. How does it work? Who knows what spatial disorientation is?
The kids have to earn their way to their first plane or helicopter ride through a system of credits. 15-year-old Michaela Pashal earned her first ride in only a month.
Well, the first time I went in a plane, I was in a helicopter ride, a R-44 with Robin, and we flew to Hawthorne. I was pretty nervous because I'm afraid of planes. I got in, and it was really fun. Hopefully in the future I can get my license for helicopter and for planes.
Another aspect of TAM is making sure kids know about African Americans in aviation. Robin brings now elderly Tuskegee Airmen to talk to the students. They certainly made an impression on MacArthur.
They're World War II pilots. Their motto was that being colored, you couldn't fly, so they fought for their rights to fly.
The airmen helped to establish TAM.
They wanted to leave a legacy. They're afraid that they would pass on and people wouldn't know who they were. And they always wanted to start a youth program and wanted to get kids involved in aviation because it's a natural alternative to all the self-destructive things that kids get into, you know? If you're going up and down.
Over 15 years, the program has reached nearly 10,000 kids.
Confirm what the altimeter is telling you if you're up or down.
For some, like Cynthia Hernandez, it's a flight path to a better life.
My family has always been very poor. The highest job I ever saw when I first thought about having a job as a young girl was probably being the manager of McDonald's. There were times where I would even cry because I'd be like, I don't want that.
3 weeks later, after walking into the museum, Cynthia was flying.
I got into a plane. My heart was beating. I was like having all these little chills running through my skin. So we started to lift off. I started to see the ground and I was like, we are flying, we are flying. So I just took control and it just felt so natural.
Robin has a knack for putting nervous young people at ease. MacArthur was here for 3 years learning all about flying, but he was afraid to actually get in a plane. So what did Robin do?
And then Robin one day had betted me $50 to get 5 feet off the ground.
And since then, the sky's the limit. He flies airplanes, helicopters. He's learned enough skills here that he can actually run this museum if I'm gone for a week or two or whatever. MacArthur's in charge.
And he does it while battling sickle cell anemia.
He's an inspiration to other kids, and especially other kids that have that really horrible disease. And you know, he's living his life and thriving despite that.
Tam has partnered with Elon Musk's SpaceX company in Hawthorne. That means one day Robin's best and brightest just may travel to the stars.
When I tell people about the astronaut program and they're like, okay, probably they're just taking this class for fun. You know, they're not really going to be astronauts. No, I am going to be an astronaut.
There are plenty of challenges for this nonprofit venture, mainly raising enough money to keep all this training going. They almost got nearly $2 million from the federal government, but Hurricane Katrina came along and the funding was canceled.
This has been a real daunting effort. This has been a real challenge right from the get-go. Nothing here has come easy, although it seems that way.
Well, there's one thing that does come easy, Lauto's plans for the future.
When I grow up, I want to be a commercial pilot.
He's made a wide sweep over the Compton airport. Now he's on approach for his landing. Textbook perfect.
Yeah, baby. Butter. That was nice. Good job. I heard that kids are like film, and all they need is exposure, and something beautiful develops. How was it?
Good.
Fun?
Yep.
Sure you like this flying stuff?
Robin and all the people who make Tam work have plans to expand, so even more underprivileged kids from tough neighborhoods can have a chance to soar above their circumstances. Robin Petgrave was also a KCT Union Bank local hero. For more, go to SoCalConnected.org/youngpilots.